Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. We're here at the JFK Arena here in Rome, New York, for this matchup between the FM Hornets and the RFA Black Knights. The score is currently tied at 1 apiece. And unfortunately, the FM score there being blocked by that huge student section that RFA has brought to this game. Nonetheless, we're here for some hockey, and the Hornets have certainly had their chances, even in that first period of play. And I will say, for those of you who didn't watch, that first RFA goal came right across Chris's crease, and it was knocked in, bobbled in, well, rather popped up, and it went over his shoulder slowly and found some twine. Nonetheless, that is behind us. It is now the second period of action. Both of these goalies are ready. We are ready up here. And the faceoff is won back by RFA. They'll get it in their own zone here, but it goes over to the boards there where Brady Morris sure to put some pressure on. Keeping it in there was Capriati, but RFA sure to get it out quick. They tried to get it up for Jack Pylan, but keep getting that the other way. It was Brady Moore. Nico Capriati going in for some pressure. He gets in the corner there. Lele coming out with it, putting it towards the goal. But RFA able to grab it, and they'll get it out of the zone, courtesy of Jake Primo. Primo stopping at the blue line to get a clean shot off. RFA coming back in. Jake Primo sending it towards the center, but nothing will come of it as Brady Moore gets it up for Capriati, and Capriati will try to dump it in there. It went off the legs of Tyler Wilson initially, but he's able to get it into the corner, and the Hornets will get a change as Joe almost able to keep it in there. Keeping it in, though, twice was Brian Tonkovich. Leveroni coming back in, though. He gets a big hit put on him, Jonas Osterley. Brian Tonkovich trying to send it over for Lorraine. Lorraine, with his space quite decreasing here, gets it over for Jonas Osterley. Osterley coming around the circle in the Hornets' end. Lorraine coming up with it. Looking over his options. He'll try to take it in himself. It's stopped right beyond that blue line. RFA will get it out, but it'll go to the stick of Brian Tonkovich. He will dump it in. Lenny Dormio touching it and putting it into the corner. RFA getting it around the horn there, but keeping it in is Brian Tonkovich. He'll send that back into the corner and take up his position at the point. Coming out with it, Tyler Wilson. Up the boards, getting it into the Hornets' end. Coming in for it, number 23, Carmen Orton. RFA will get it out to the point. The point man will shoot, and it's saved and covered by Chris Finger. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the Hornets' end. One back by RFA, but getting it back is Michael LeDuc for the Hornets. Tried to send it over for Connor McDonald there. It went forward, but Connor McDonald just wasn't able to catch it. And that will be an icing as RFA sends it down the length of the ice. It tried to get a stretch pass going there, but it just missed. And that'll be an icing. .46 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Lenny Dormio. Not center, Jake Primo. He's thrown out there. FM will win it back. Getting it over for Walker Thompson. He bobbles it, though. And they will get it out of the zone. Up for Jake Primo. Making a move. Shot. And it goes wide of the net. And Walker Thompson getting a big hit put on there by Jack Pylan. Well, the Hornets will get it out of the zone. Getting it back, though, is RFA. Sending it over for Bevilacqua. But Michael LeDuc there sending in a shot as he got it back. Keeping it in, though, is Walker Thompson. It gets deflected over into the corner. LeDuc sending it towards the center, but no shot will come of it. As Jack Pylan going into the corner for it. Walker Thompson sending it back in for a delayed offsides. That is waved off now. Will Sanzo going in for some pressure. Lenny Dormio handing that back to Chris Bremen. Bevilacqua sending it around there. to Tyler Locker. RFA getting possession back. Coming around, trying to break it out of their zone. They get it up to John Chirino. He'll come in for RFA. He loses the puck there. Gets it back, shoots it. Save made by Finger. And Jack Lalick will send it on the boards. RFA will get it back. Coming into the corner now, Tyler Wilson. Sending it over to Carmen Orton. Wilson gets it back, sends it towards the center, but it's covered by Chris Finger. .16 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the left of Finger in the FM Hornets zone. One to the side of the Hornets, and Charlotte Lorraine will get that way over for Brady Moore. They will get it out of the zone. RFA will have to dump it back in. But here comes Charlotte Lorraine with it. He dumps it into the zone as he will go to Chase. Turning back, though, taking up his position at the point. Jack Lalick going over for it. But RFA will get it out, but it goes to the stick of Charlotte Lorraine, almost losing it there. Sending it up for Capriati. Capriati sending it across. And that will be waved off. Tyler Wilson for RFA, sending it over for number 11, John Chirino. Getting it back, though, is Brian Tonkovich. He'll send it back into the RFA zone. Dormio putting it back into the corner. Joey Leveroni tried to intercept that there. Jonas Oshley trying to get that over for Leveroni. Oshley taking it now, trying to get towards the center. But RFA will stop him and put it over towards the boards. Trying to break it out, though. Get it out there, but the FM Hornets will stop them in the neutral zone. And getting a big hit put on him was Golden Ives by number 10, Nate Vanwee. Golden Ives with it in the RFA zone. Coming in towards the net there. Was forced to go around it. They'll send that over to the other side there where Jonas Oshley trying to put a big shot on. Leveroni will put a shot on, but it goes wide. Walker Thompson sending it back in. Golden Knives getting his stick tied up there. Sending it in, though, to the Hornets. But sending it out are the RFA Black Knights. They'll get it way down, though. That will be an icing. And it'll come all the way back down to the zone of RFA. 11:41 left to go in this second period of play. Face off one to the side there. RFA, though, getting it off the face off over towards the other side. Connor McDonald putting it towards the goal, though. RFA working it behind the net, sending it across to the other boards. Getting it out, though, was RFA. He got it into the bench there. That'll be a stoppage of play. Face off in front of RFA's bench. Tied up there, one back by RFA. Taking it in there was Tyler Locker. He'll come across, or will at least try to. The Hornets stop him and put it in the corner. Keeping it up there was Walker Thompson. Trying to get it out, though, to the Hornets. RFA will send it back in. Here it comes across. Shot! And it goes wide of the net. And it'll go all the way out of the zone here as Tyler Wilson is forced to chase it. He'll come around the net, though. Facing two Hornets here. Keeping it in, though, is Jack Lalick. And trying to keep it as far forward as possible was Connor McDonald. Charlotte Lorraine setting it up for Brady Moore. Moore coming around. Gets a big hit put on him by Antonio Bevilacqua. And Jack Lalick will put a shot up, but it's deflected the other way. Charlotte Lorraine will keep it in. Lorraine trying to put a shot on there, but it goes to Tyler Wilson. He'll send that down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing. Wow. These RFA Black Knights certainly getting their home crowd going here. Big hits coming left and right. Taking that to the side, that was RFA, but keeping it in is Charlotte Lorraine for the Hornets. Brady Moore almost getting it there. Logan Waterman will get it out for the RFA Black Knights. Charlotte Lorraine with it. trying to get it over there, but Waterman will take it back, sending it in, and the RFA Black Knights will enter the zone. Charlotte Lorraine with it over in the corner, facing some pressure there from Carmen Orton. Coming out, though, was RFA. Point man now shoots. It's off the stick there of Nico Capriati. Charlotte Lorraine will get it in the corner. Coming the other way, though. Looking over his options. He's got a lot of space here. Chooses to take it in himself. He'll put it on net, but it goes just wide of Lenny Dormio's net. Joey Leveroni putting a hit on there. Getting it back to his Charlotte Lorraine. He'll try to send it up for Golden Ives, but that'll be ruled an icing as nobody was able to touch it. .9:21 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. RFA winning it back, sending it into the corner. Walker Thompson, though, getting it over for Jonas Osterley. Osterley coming up the side, sends it up for Golden Ives, but it's stopped instead by Antonio Bevilacqua. He'll send it the other way for RFA. Jake Primo coming up with it. Faces some pressure from Walker Thompson. He'll come around the corner, sending it over for the other point. Point man shoots, and it's off the stick there of Gavin Patnode. Coming up with it now is Joey Leveroni, trying to make some moves here around Antonio Bevilacqua. He's unable to. He'll instead send it into the corner. Picking it up, though, was Jacob Schwably. Joey Leveroni sending it back into the corner. He'll go to chase it himself. And keeping number 26, Antonio Bevilacqua, from going the other way. Getting it back to the point. Patnode shoots. Scores! And Gavin Patnode with a big shot from the point. The Hornets will go up 2-1. Wow, Gavin Patnode really picked the corner there. And he left Lenny Dormio looking. .8:24 left to go in this second period of play. Face off one back by the Hornets, but RFA taking it quickly. Send it across to the point man. He shoots. Blocker saved there by Chris Finger. RFA sending it back in, but it goes through the stick of Charlotte Lorraine. He comes up the side. 3-on-2 here, but it's broken up by RFA. Charlotte Lorraine sending it back in on Lenny Dormio's net. Coming out, though. And it goes to the stick of Will Sanzone. Up on that point. Sanzone trying to keep it in there. He's unable to, but Charlotte Lorraine will go to chase it. As Jack Pileman sure to put some pressure on. RFA getting it back, though. Shot. Save made by Finger. A big collision there as the point man shoots, and it goes wide of the net and behind. RFA coming back around, putting a shot up, but it goes off the outside of the net. RFA getting it down into the boards. Charlotte Lorraine with it now for the Hornets. Getting it up there. It wasn't touched, though, by Michael LeDuc. That will be an icing. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. One back by the Hornets. Walker Thompson sending it around there. But that Hornets player there wiped out. Lucas Latov trying to take it up there. Gavin Patnode sending it in. Lenny Dormio will put it firmly behind his net. Caden Livesey coming in the corner, getting it up for Patnode. Patnode is unable to keep it in there. And RFA coming back into the Hornets end there, but they're not able to get a good pass off that time. So, save made by Finger. It's still loose there. What? That whistle was not blown. Chris Finger firmly thought that he had saved that. Must have been behind him. He had to fall on it. Face off, one to the left there by the Hornets. RFA trying to put some pressure on here. Charlotte Lorraine gets it back up for Nico Capriati, keeping it in though is RFA, sending a shot on. It's still over by that net. And one of those RFA players is firmly in the crease of Chris Finger. He's out now, but he gets it up to the point. Pointman loses it though. Capriati's up and away. Coming in, shot, and it goes over the net. Brady Moore keeping it in there, getting a big hit put on him as Jack Lalick tries to keep it in as well. RFA are able to just get it out, but Brian Tonkovich will send that back in. Brady Moore still offsides as they were unable to get everybody out at the same time. And that is a waved off icing. It's RFA. Have it in the FM zone, but facing some pressure from those Hornets. Coming out though is RFA, and it's blocking away by Chris Finger. Getting it up for Nico Capriati, who gets it out of the zone. RFA though trying to get it back in quickly. Lalick with it for the Hornets. Off the boards, up for Capriati, but it goes deflection up into the bench of the Hornets. .5:33 left to go in this second period. Parker Thompson getting it off the boards for the Hornets, but the RFA defenseman will send it D to D to allow their team to regroup. Facing some pressure though. They are able to get it up, but it goes to the stick of Gavin Patnode for the Hornets. Patnode over for Leveroni. Leveroni's unable to handle it. And Jake Primo for the RFA moves here, but he's unable to fool Jonas Arceley. And they will get it up to that point, man. Trying to get it out though is the Hornets. RFA will keep it in. Sending it into the corner. Jonas Arceley picking it up. They get it for Patnode. Patnode up for Ives. Ives trying to knock it forward, but he's unable to. Walker Thompson sending it back for Osterley. Osterley trying to send it up there for Patnode. It'll go the other way into the hands of RFA. Over to the point man, shoots it, and it goes wide of the net to the other side into the corner. With it there, losing it, and Colton Ives will get it up for Joey Leveroni. Facing some pressure though, he gets a big hit put on him. The refs will rule that clean, even though that was rather high. Keeping it in, though, is Gavin Patnode. He sends it right to the net there of Lenny Dormio. But RFA will get possession back. They'll get it out of the zone. But that will be an icing. .405 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Lenny Dormio in the RFA zone. One to the side there by RFA. They'll get it around. Trying to break it out here. And Charlotte Lorraine is just unable to keep it in. The Hornets will come out though. Will Sanzone trying to send it back in. Charlotte Lorraine though getting it, coming across. Toward the near side, sending it into the RFA zone. Going to chase it though is Antonio Bevilacqua. He'll send it all the way around. And unable to keep it in there was Brian Tonkovich. Tonkovich sending it back. RFA getting it back, breaking it up to Carmen Orton. He'll get it up and into the Hornets' end, and as he will go to change. Charlotte Lorraine with it. On his stick, coming the other way, though. Get some pressure put on him, though. He'll send it off the boards and trying to fake out one of those RFA players with a couple taps of the stick. Connor McDonald, though, being the one to get it out of the zone. RFA, though, will get it back as they have to change quickly. Here comes RFA again, coming up the side, puts it on net, but it goes wide. Nico Capriati trying to knock that out there. He sends it up there. RFA will get it, but they were unable to get a shot off, and a penalty will be coming. And I believe, yes, that will be on RFA. And that is 2 minutes for roughing on number 18, Tyler Locker. And now the Hornets will be on the power play with 2:49 left to go in the second. Face off one back by the Hornets to Charlie Lorraine, looking to set it up there. It gets off the stick there of Jake Primo. Sends it up for Leveroni. Leveroni coming around, but it's knocked away there by Jacob Swavely. Swavely trying to get it out of the zone there, but keeping it in his Patnode. But it gets over to the stick of Charlie Lorraine. He'll get it just up there for number 6, Jonas Osterley. He's coming up on his own, though. Looking to make some moves or set it up. Over to Ives. Ives shoots, and it's almost in the net. Wow. Props to that RFA player for keeping it out of the net. Wow. Hats off to you, my friend. That is defense. Charlie Lorraine going for it on the boards, facing some pressure, though, from John Serino. And coming in as RFA, they're unable to get a shot off. Colton Ives trying to get it up for Leveroni. But RFA will send that back in deep. And Chris Finger is unable to stop it, rather stopping behind that net there, wondering what happened. But he will take up back his post between the pipes. Kevin Patnode coming up there. It sends it just behind Leveroni, though. And RFA will get it into the zone of the Hornets. Coming around, though. RFA still possessing it in the corner there. Jonas Osterley preparing to put a hit on there. But he released that puck just in time to not get smashed. Osterley will send it in here. And it's not kept in by the Hornets. But it'll go to the stick of Brian Tonkovich. And we're all even here. Full strength on both sides. RFA getting it just out of their zone there. Getting it up for Logan Waterman. Waterman sending it into the Hornets' end. Patnode, though, facing some pressure there. And Joey Leveroni able to put a hit on there. Connor McDonald getting tied up with it. But Brian Tonkovich sending it off the boards there. But it'll go down the length of the ice. That'll be a stoppage of play for icing. 23 seconds left to go in this second period of play. Face off now to the left of Chris Finger. Winning it back is RFA. D to D coming in. Shoots. Save made by Finger. They send it back in. But it stays over by those boards. Gets it back up to the D-man. D-man shoots, and it's full for a bit of a one-man rush there.
FM's Chris Finger, 7. RFA's 3, Romeo 1. Once again, the second score. Fayetteville-Manlius 2. Broke Academy 1.
And after 2 periods of play, the score at the Kennedy Arena here in Rome is 2-1 in favor of the FM Hornets. But boy, this is a physical game. RFA are putting hits on left and right. But don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We're promising you an action-packed third period. Don't touch that dial. We will be back. welcome back to the Hornets Hockey Network, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Rome, New York for period 3 of your FM Hornets versus the RFA Black Knights. The score is currently 2-1. And with 30 seconds left to go in this opening warm-up here, both teams will get the lowdown for them, their coaches, on this third period of play. And you know well that RFA is not going to want to lose here on their senior night. They will be going as hard as ever. And boy, have they been going hard tonight. Quite a few big hits coming from the players of RFA. The opening faceoff is one to the side, but one back by RFA. They'll get it off the boards. Trying to get it into the Hornets' end here. But they're dropped by Brady Moore. Walker Thompson getting some sticks put on him. And almost getting it through the legs there was Jack Lalick. But Brady Moore will send it up for Capriotti. Capriotti gets a hit put on him. But it is in the RFA end. Trying to keep it in there, and keeping it in is Gavin Patnode. It'll go into the other corner, though. Brady Moore coming out with it. He gets another hit put on, but takes it like a champ. Keeping it in there was Gavin Patnode. He sent it on net there, but it didn't quite get to that net. It went into the leg there. Brady Moore coming back in for RFA, though. He loses the puck, and it goes over to the boards. Nico Capriotti trying to put a stick in. And knocking that out was Brady Moore. RFA will have to regroup. But coming back in there, Tyler Locker this whole time, still possessing that puck, sending it up to the point man now. Point man shoots. Save made by Finger. And Jack Lalick will take it up for the Hornets. He'll put it off the glass and go for a change. RFA getting it in their own zone. Getting it out of their own zone. Coming in there was Josh Talbot. He'll put it into the corner, and falling down there and tumbling over was Carmen Horton. And the Hornets trying to get it off the boards here. Point man will shoot, and it goes wide of the net. Go up to the other point man, Tyler Wilson. He'll send it back into the corner. And boy, that ice is slippery. We've seen a couple players here wiped out. And that will be a penalty on RFA for roughing. But who is it on? We will find out. And that will be on number 4, Tyler Wilson, as he almost falls into the box here. And boy, is he disappointed. And now, for I believe the 3rd time tonight, the Hornets will go on the power play as they win it back to Charlotte Lorraine. Lorraine coming across. It's almost knocked out there by RFA, but it's bobbled by Jonas Osterley, quite unlike him. Joey Leveroni sending it up for Colton Ives. He shoots, but it goes back to Charlotte Lorraine. Now setting it up, shoots it, and it's saved by Lenny Dormio again. Joey Leveroni keeping it for Jonas Osterley, sending it up for Charlotte Lorraine. Back to Osterley. Osterley over to Patnode. Patnode doesn't quite catch it. It goes into the corner, though. And Colton Ives fighting on those boards for it. He'll keep it in, taking it himself, shot, and it's saved by Lenny Dormio. And Gavin Patnode is down. And this RFA student section not being very kind here. Reciting a knockout of a boxing match. As Gavin Patnode is thankfully able to get up. Quite disrespectful from this student section. Would not recommend. And I'm sure me up in the box here, whenever somebody is down, I do myself take it rather seriously, even if it's the opposing team. And I believe the student section should as well.
Picture 50-50 tickets ready. Go ahead.
Charlotte Lorraine getting it over for Osterley. Osterley off the boards there for Joey Leveroni. He comes in the zone. He'll put it deep into the corner. Leveroni getting it up there. Coming around with it. He still possesses it, and he knocks over number 11, John Chirino. As a couple shots are put on there, but it goes back into the corner for Ives. Ives trying to send it out for Leveroni. Comes to Leveroni, shoots, and it's blocked away, and it goes over to the boards. As Chris Brement going over for it. Jack Lalick trying to keep it in there. Lalick getting it back. For number 18, Tyler Locker, surely trying to get that puck. RFA will keep it in the zone. Lalick, though, sending it up for Leveroni. Leveroni sending it back for Osterley. Here he comes through the center. Sending it over for Colton Ives. Ives with a shot, but it gets deflected. And RFA will take possession, but keeping it in there is Charlie Lorraine. RFA will try to glove that down. They do. But Leveroni trying to fight on the boards for it. But getting it out is RFA as they send it over for Colton Ives of the Hornets. Charlie Lorraine with it. Looking over his options. Gets some pressure put on him by Jake Primo. Gets it off the boards, and it's full strength. As that RFA player almost came out into the path of Charlie Lorraine. RFA with it in their own zone, trying to send it up for a stretch pass. Up for Jack Pileman.
50-50 number for $130. 184 269 184 269.
And after that 50-50 drawing, face off to the right of RFA is won by RFA. Keep in mind they're full strength now. RFA coming back into the Hornets' end. Michael LeDuc, though, getting that puck, getting it out of harm's way here. Will Sanzone getting it over for Teddy Smart. He'll get it over into the other corner. Michael LeDuc and Walker Thompson almost debating who should go for it. Thompson now going for it in the corner, gets some pressure put on. Nobody's down there to help him. Now Will Sanzone comes and helps. Walker Thompson will come out with it. Coming around. Looking up the ice there. Tried to put a big stretch pass through. Didn't quite get to the intended receiver. They'll send it out for Michael LeDuc now. LeDuc in the zone, sends it in on Lenny Dormio, but he will turn that away. RFA getting it up along the boards here, up the side into the Hornets' end. Stopping at that circle, but it's stopped and saved there by Chris Finger as Charlie Lorraine goes into the corner. RFA working into the corner, but it gets over for Connor McDonald. He'll get it over to open space, and it'll get out of the zone. Wow. Michael LeDuc had to put some hops on there just to get over the stick of Teddy Smart. The Teddy Smart or Brian Tonkovich, I believe. RFA, though, getting it out of their own zone. Charlie Lorraine sending it over to the boards. And that RFA player goes down. Brady Moore's up with it. Looking across, shot, and it goes off the leg of an RFA player. He himself will get that puck up for RFA. Coming up the side here. Sends it across, but it's blocked by Charlie Lorraine. And it goes up for Tyler Locker now. Locker coming in. Gets a stick from Charlie Lorraine, and now Brian Tonkovich. And now Brady Moore, he'll send it up to the point man. Point man shoots, but it's deflected over to the other side. Back for Locker. Locker sending it back out. Shot save made by Finger. RFA working it in the corner, sending it around now. But Brady Moore going in for it. Point man does not get a good shot off. It goes to the stick of Brady Moore. He's up with it. But it goes to the stick of an RFA player. He gets it back, though. And will send it deep into the RFA zone. Nico Capriati got a stick tangled up there. He wasn't able to catch it. He keeps it in, though. Sending it deep into the RFA end. Well done by him. But RFA regaining possession here. Almost bobbling it there. Coming up slowly. Teddy Smart, though, with that puck, sending it over for Walker Thompson. He will send it over for Jonas Osterley. Try to get it over for Joey Leveroni coming off the bench. Walker Thompson trying to get it over for Teddy Smart. Rather buddy pass there. Walker Thompson getting it over for Jonas Ashley. Off for Leveroni. Leveroni making a move. Making a second one. Getting it into the RFA end. And putting it deep. Going to chase it himself. Sending it back up for Osterley there. Keeping it in, though, is Teddy Smart. He'll put it on net, but it goes behind. Joey Leveroni sending it across for Osterley. Osterley, the backhand shot, and it goes over the net. Osterley trying to get it back towards the center there. RFA making moves to get it out of the zone. They will get it far out. Teddy Smart getting it just out of the zone there, and no, sir, that is an offsides. Face off one back by RFA. Getting it into the Hornets end now. Deep, though. Brian Tonkovich trying to send it over for Charlie Lorraine. It gets popped up. Will Sanzone will send it the other way, though. RFA keeping it in. Over on the hash marks, coming out. Around the circle. Stops on those boards, gets it over to the point. Point shoots, and it goes wide of the net. The other point man will come down, sending it into the corner for Tyler Locker. Send it across. Shot, save, made by Finger. And Charlotte Lorraine will try to get it out there. RFA will keep it in. Connor McDonald putting some pressure on. But it's Will Sanzone who will get it out of the zone. But at a cost, that'll be an icing. 8:47 left to go in this third period. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM zone. RFA tying it up, winning it back there. Almost out, though. They are able to keep it in. Jack Lalick sending it out for the Hornets. Capriati putting on some pressure. And Brady Board will come up to help him. But RFA regrouping. And the FM will have to back check. Jack Lalick putting on a hit. And RFA will send that in. A toe save made by Finger. And it will go out to the boards. Wow, that stayed in there for quite a bit. Jack Lalick dumping it in and going to chase it himself. Picking it up is Jacob Schwably. They'll get it up the ice. But that will be a waved off icing as Gavin Patno is able to take it. Trying to get it up there for the Hornets. But Osterley's unable to get it after he comes off the bench. Shot, save made by Finger, and he's able to cover it. And some of these RFA parents calling that an early whistle. The whistle was blown before the puck went in. And the refs are who make the decisions here. That will be no goal. And Chris Finger had that covered. The refs blew the whistle, but RFA tugging and struggling. Getting up to the point. Point man shoots and it goes wide of the net. Some FM players colliding there, but Colton Ives is able to get it out of the zone. RFA will have to regroup here. Sending it back in. Walker Thompson with it. Gets some pressure put on, and he's able to keep that puck. He'll be the other way now, sending it over for Osterley. Patno leaving it for him. Osterley sending it up for Ives. He's able to chop it, but that will be a delayed icing. And that icing is waved off. RFA getting it out of their own zone there. Gavin Patno getting it up so that they wouldn't get it much further. But still, number 18, Tyler Locker, he's able to possess it in the FM end. It's a big hit, though, from Gavin Patno. And then Joey Leveroni goes out to the point man. Up to the other point. Shot. Save made by Finger. It's up to the other point again. Shot. And it goes wide of the net. Joey Leveroni going over for it. Goes wide into the corner. Point man gets it back. Over to the other one. Shot. Save made by Finger. Joey Leveroni just trying to get that out of the zone. They do, and RFA will have to regroup. Getting it up there. Antonio Bevilacqua leaving it. Looks over his options. Gets a hit from Jonas Osterley. Walker Thompson comes in to help. Sends it up to the point. Point man rather fluffs it there. Gets it over to the other point, though. Shoots, and it goes wide of the net. RFA back up to the other point. Back to the boards. Boardman gets a shot from Jonas Osterley. The Hornets will get it out. Joey Leveroni looking to make a move, but he's unable to. As RFA will come the other way. They'll lose that puck. Charlie Lorraine facing a hit, though, undeterred. They'll send it back up to the point, though. RFA shoots, and it goes over the net. Connor McDonald sending that down the length of the ice. That will be an icing and a stoppage of play. But that faceoff will be in the FM Hornets zone. 5:45 left to go in the third. Oh boy, we've got a hockey game. Tying it up was FM, winning it back to Charlie Lorraine there. Trying to get it out, though. They send it back into the corner from whence it came. Heilman sending it over to the point, shoots it, and it's still there. Shot, and it goes right to the net. Charlie Lorraine there just trying to get it out. Keeping it in, though, is Bevilacqua, and the Hornets are able to get it out. Jake Primo is not unable to keep it in there. RFA trying to come back in again. Coming across, shot, and it goes off the leg of Charlie Lorraine, and then off the leg of Brian Adonkovich into the corner, and a penalty will be coming. And Michael Leduc is all right after that. A little bit shaken, but not stirred. And Jack Beilman will be going to the box. 2 minutes for interference. The ref's having to explain it to the RFA coaches here. RFA coach shaking his head. I can only imagine what's going through his mind now with 5:07 left to go in the third period. And the timeout is called by RFA.
The final set penalty was for Jay Hunt. 2 minutes interference, 2 minutes interference, and 5-7.
Ooh, boy. I am tense up here in the bleachers. Like I said, we've got quite the hockey game here. With 5:07 left to go in the third period. And the Hornets now on a power play. Thanks to a penalty on number 24, Jack Beilman, for interference. These next 5 minutes are sure to be action-packed. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's just getting started. RFA winning it to the side, trying to get it out, though. It was Osterley trying to get it over for Cold Knives there. Charlie Lorraine get it up for Osterley. Osterley sending it up for Cold Knives. And oh boy. Ooh, I am tense up here. Charlie Lorraine with it now, sending it over for Osterley. Osterley back over for Lorraine. Lorraine back to Osterley. Osterley up for Ives. It gets up, doesn't get off the skate though. That'll be an icing. It'll go all the way back to the zone of the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets. With 4:33 left to go in this third period. Oh. And Jonas Oshley is thrown out of the face-off here as Joey Leveroni will have to take it. Face-off, won back by the Hornets. Gavin Patnode leading it for Osterley. Osterley coming up the ice, getting it back over for Patnode, who stops it on his skate. Getting it back for Charlotte Lorraine. Lorraine getting it up there. Joey Leveroni, though, facing some pressure. He's able to keep it in the neutral zone, but RFA will dump it back in. Charlotte Lorraine with it now. Jonas Osterley trying to send it back over there. It gets picked up by Gavin Patnode. Patnode off the boards to Osterley. Osterley to the center towards Leveroni. Osterley back to Patnode. Patnode coming in, coming around on the dot, shoots it, and it's off the side of the net. Patnode over for Ives. Ives back to Osterley there, and Charlie Lorraine is unable to keep it in the zone. Lorraine over for Osterley. Osterley back off the boards to Lorraine. Lorraine off the boards, isn't able to get it out of the zone there. RFA coming back in. They'll send it into the corner. Coming around the circle, over to the point. Point man shoots, and it goes high up and over that netting. And those students have to duck for cover. Maybe it serves them right after counting a knockout when Gavin Patnode was down. .3:13 left to go in this third period. RFA shoots it. Save made by Finger. He turns it away. Tonkovic sending it over for Walker Thompson. Getting it up for Brady Moore. Moore up the ice. But that will be an icing. With 2:59 left to go in this third period. RFA fans starting the cheer. Point man shoots off the pad at Chris Finger. We're back in there as RFA. It's on the side of the net. The Hornets will get it off the glass, though. Brady Moore going into the boards hard, and he and Jack Lalick will get it out of the zone there. Capriati putting a stick on, and Lalick will get it off the back of the net, though. Lalick still fighting behind that goal line. All alone, though. He'll try to send it over for a fellow player, and that will be a penalty on RFA. Number 26, Antonio Bevilacqua will go to the box. Now with 2:28 left to go in the third period, the Hornets will be on the power play. Osterley getting it back over, and it's tipped away by RFA. Number 23, Carmen Orton. We'll get it up for Osterley. Osterley getting it over for Patnode. Coming back over is Carmen Orton, though. But Patnode will drop it for Lorraine. Lorraine sending it back over for Osterley. Osterley back over for Lorraine. Lorraine back to Osterley. Looking to get some space here from Carmen Orton. Jonas Osterley getting it back over for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine sending it in the legs there. Number 11, John Chirino. And covering that was Lenny Dormio for RFA with 1:44 left to go in the third. Face off one to the side by RFA. Keeping it in, though, is the Hornets. Sending it over towards the net there. Keeping it in, though, is Osterley. Trying to send it back in. Colton Ives, though, trying to keep it. But RFA will take it. going up the side. Stop, almost stopped there by Charlie Lorraine. We're coming across with it is Tyler Locker. He gets broken up by Jonas Osterley, and they're off on a 2-on-2. Joey Leveroni coming across, but he gets knocked out. Leveroni trying to put a hit or a shot on, but he goes behind the net. RFA getting it out of the zone. There's 1 minute left to go in this game. All right, and Tonkovic getting it up for Leveroni, but Leveroni let it go, and that will be an icing. With 46.9 seconds left to go in this third period. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am tense here. And RFA will call yet another timeout with 46.9 seconds left to go. And after their penalty is out of the box, they will surely be pulling their goaltender if they don't immediately off the face-off, because they do have one in the Hornets' end. The Hornets coming off the bench. And these next 46.9 seconds in this third period, they're about to be the most entertaining 46.9 seconds you've ever seen in hockey. Certainly entertaining. RFA decides to who to send off first. Lenny Dormio looking for some clearance. RFA getting it back to the point man. Point man off to the boards. Boards coming back down to the center. Shot, and it's deflected. Trying to get it out there. Brady Moore with it. He's able to take it out, put it in on net, and it goes wide. That'll be an icing. Oh. He was so close. But props to him for getting a shot off, first of all. And getting it out of the Hornets' end, by the way. He's just wasted about 20 seconds here. RFA winning it back. Now out to the point. Point man. Over to the other one. Walking it in. Back to the point. Point man shoots. Save made by finger. And keeping it on the boards there. There's RFA. Jack Lalick tying him up. 15 seconds left to go. Over to the point. Shoots it. And it's over the net. RFA have it on the boards with 8 seconds left to go. In the corner. And Charlie Lorraine will send it out. And the Hornets will spoil the party of the RFA Black Knights. They will get 3 in a row. And Joey Leveroni. Wow, these FM Hornets are having a ball with the RFA crowd. And senior night has not gone RFA's way. FM wins 2-1 in Rome. Oh, I can breathe a sigh of relief. Wow. That was intense to say the least. Action-packed, yes, sir. Wow. For those of you still with us, I hope that the internet connection has been all right and kept us on the air here. We struggled that first period. But the FM Hornets were able to come out with victory. They will end this regular season on a high, spoiling the party for the RFA Black Knights. Well, thank you, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here for this exciting game. And if this season can bring games like that, who knows what next season will bring. But we will keep it here because it's sectionals time on the Hornets Hockey Network. We will be back for game one of the sectional tournament here on the Hornets Hockey Network. And from Rome, New York, we wish you all a good night.